Hey, what's up, guys? I thought it'd be useful to check out the new replay function on Through the Ages app. So this is a recent game I played. So if we just load in using the replay feature, I take Engineering Genius A. I could have taken Roman roads, but Library is in the deck, so I thought I would take Engineering Genius A. And gamble on Library coming out rather than leaving him Engineering Genius A and then another wonder down the line. So he goes Roman roads, cultural heritage, not too surprising. I think Julius Caesar, I'll probably want to get a leader elected as soon as possible, so I go Julius Caesar, elect and build a mine. It does leave me without a population, which generally I'm not keen to do, but I think just getting the extra military action, and rather than having to wait for Alex to come down and maybe having to take him for 2 as well, was the better decision. So Aristotle builds a mine, so he doesn't have a free population either. So we might both miss out on either the religion or warrior event. So there's crafts out. I get library, which is for 1, which is I'm pretty happy about. I do finish it immediately, so I do generate the extra food from not popping, which was my main motivation for doing that. So just straightforward, finish Roman roads for him. So there I do miss out on the warfare event. I have to pop a couple of times here and build a warrior to get out of corruption. I take irrigation because I don't think ocean liner is in the deck. Benefits of not taking any cards there: Nostradamus stays on 3, so I'm aiming to get him for next turn. He does the same, pops a couple of times and builds a warrior to get out of corruption. So I end up winning the inhabited territory, which I was pretty pleased about for only 1 warrior. So Code of Laws, get the 5th civil action. End up, I think, popping here and building a warrior, 2 warriors, just to get out of corruption again. Generally, I do like Nostradamus. I like the culture he provides. I like the strength boost he gives for determining the weakest. So I was pretty happy to get him. Yeah, so he's increasing his strength. He does use all his military actions to do that. It leaves Engineering Genius on 1 for me. Iron should fall down to 1 as well. Ouch, yeah, that was a painful rats there. So I take Forbidden City. I like that wonder in this situation because it'll give me the 6th civil action. So he's still struggling with his civil actions a little bit, so he gets solid and gets up to the 5th civil action. That's a good territory for him to win. I didn't have any colonization cards, so unfortunately I couldn't do it. Finish Forbidden City straight away to get the benefits of the extra civil action, and Swordsman just to make sure that I have access to Age 2 tactics, which are, I generally don't want to be fighting for Rifleman if I can help it, even though I will take it if it's available. Okay, so strategy comes out for 3. I think given my civil actions, I will take that. It's quite an important card given I'm stuck on 2 military actions here. So I end up taking it. just take the rich land for the iron upgrade. We're already in age 2, so I didn't feel it necessary to take knights when there's two copies of cavalrymen, and there's cannon coming out as well. So at this stage, priority is to get strategy and iron up and running. So scientific breakthrough helps with that a lot. I can develop strategy and iron. Upgrading 2 to get out of corruption, and then getting the efficient upgrade for either the final iron, or if I can get scientific method, that will also help. And a good tactic draw as well. So I think cannons, I need to get cannons. And so he goes with the printing press and Napoleon. Okay, so he does lose the extra civil action, so he's back down to 4 now. It's quite a limiting factor. So selective breeding for 3, I think was an automatic pick there for me. I do end up putting a 4th population into warriors, which I generally don't like to do, but in this case I think to get out of corruption was a necessary evil. He goes with Republic, develops that. Okay, so he's putting a bit of pressure on in strength at the moment. I do have a good tactic, so I think my priority now will be to increase the strength. Scientific method falls to 1. I get, like I said, my strength up, play the tactic. I use all my military actions. It's towards the end of age 2. So I was happy to do that before I would have to start eating into my card draws for the age 3 deck. Those important impacts. So I think getting science and food up and running are probably going to be the priorities. There, my strength boost did benefit me. But I think this is very late development for iron and irrigation for him. We're near the end age. We are in age 3 now, and he's just got them out. That's quite late to be getting those technologies up and running. Okay, so that's another benefit to the strength increase from the last turn. Yeah, so getting the last iron upgraded, the 2 scientific methods will come in very useful later. And then the team sports, I will eventually need a happiness solution. And I think team sports for 1 was a pretty good pick. So he goes opera here, but he only has 3 resource production. Now 4, given he's just upgraded, but opera seemed a bit ambitious. But he is generating 8 culture now, so I think the onus is kind of on me to either get my culture up and running, which I don't really have a way to do at the moment, or to go down the war route. I take fast food chains, that it's probably going to be the highest scoring wonder in this particular game for me. So I do take it straight away. Otherwise, it would have fallen off the row. He's still pretty limited with his military actions. I don't know why he took Manhattan Project there. I have fast food chains, so he could have waited for that. A bit strange to take it there, I think. And then Bill Gates falls to 1. I think that's I'm not sure if that's a good call by him either. So I do end up taking Bill Gates here. It solves the resource problem. I get food completely sorted. Democracy and air forces, I can develop one of them next turn. I think I'm going to have to go down the war route, given his 8 culture production versus my 1. Okay, so iconoclasm. I thought this was a very strange call here. Gandhi probably would have made more sense. He loses the military action, but then so now he only has 2, but 3 for this turn because he can play patriotism. But yeah, I think Gandhi probably would have been a better call for him there. So I go democracy here, get the revolutionary idea, which will allow me to go for a war next turn. So I just basically setting up for a war here for next turn. So I have everything in place now. That was a pretty good to get my food upgraded before that hit. So he goes for another opera, and again quite a strange decision, given his low resource production and my increase in strength. So he's not, after upgrading the mine, he's not actually going to be able to finish Manhattan Project next turn, and he only has 2 military actions and not enough science to develop air forces. So I end up going for the war. I think it was the only real call. So I disband a mine, or destroy a mine to build an extra warrior because I ceded autonomous territory earlier. So in anticipation of that, I built the extra warrior, which would only cost me 2 strength if and when it comes out, which it does. And I end up winning. I took culture from this, just given I had enough resources, I have enough science, and I have enough food. So culture seemed like the best option. He doesn't have the resources really to respond, so he doesn't even try. I was a bit puzzled by the efficient upgrade. I thought reserves maybe have been a better call, but I go straight into another war, build the 2nd Air Force, engineering reserves, revolutionary idea, and urban growth then. So next turn I'll be able to finish the wonder, develop 2 technologies for the Nobel Prize, I think engineering and satellites. So a small difference in happiness there. He does Manhattan Project and Air Forces, yeah, all of that makes sense. Okay, so a smaller victory on that war. And then just finish out the turn as expected. I did play that impact of science earlier, so good to get that 10 culture for that. As I said, develop the 2 technologies to get the Nobel Prize, finish the fast food chains, end up destroying a mine and building an extra lab just to get the Bill Gates bonus, for the end of game culture. So he destroys a mine, plays reserves, builds another theatre. So he does end up with quite high culture production, and he goes for another Air Force, so maybe there's impact of competition. So he did have quite high 17 culture productions, pretty strong in the end. It was good for the variety, the last 2 technologies that I developed there. So competition was in. So I think he was punished heavily there by his lack of military actions, and some other decisions that didn't really make the most sense, it seems. But yeah, that's the game. Comfortable win in the end. Let's just check out the graphs here as well. They're actually very useful in portraying how the game developed over time. So like overall, the development that CGA put in is really welcomed on my part anyway. You can see all how the game progressed throughout for each player, which I think is absolutely fantastic that they're continuing to put development resources into this app. It was already such a good app, and it just goes from strength to strength. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and subscribe if you want to get notified of any other videos. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon. Thank you.